The prisoner had not eaten for 3 days. Cold rain soaked his torn clothes as he struggled along the empty road. Every step hurt, but he kept moving. Stopping would mean surrender. Whenever distant voices reached him, he slipped into the shadows and waited. Behind him were years of prison, chains, hunger, and cruelty. Ahead of him, there seemed to be nothing but darkness. Then he noticed a small cottage with one warm light in the window. That light looked kinder than anything he had known in years. Inside, an elderly bishop sat peacefully beside the fire. His sister, Persum, was laying out their simple evening meal. Without warning, the cottage door flew open. A large, rain-soaked man stood there with a knife in his hand. His face was hard, but beneath the anger was fear and exhaustion. "Give me food," he demanded, "and do not call anyone." Persum froze, terrified by the stranger before her. But the bishop rose slowly, calm and completely unafraid. "My friend," he said gently, "you look cold, tired, and hungry. Come closer to the fire. You will be warmer there." The prisoner stared at him with suspicion. Kindness made no sense to him. "I am not your friend," he answered sharply. "Perhaps not yet," said the bishop, "but you are welcome in this house." Persum could hardly believe what she was hearing. The stranger looked dangerous enough to rob them, or worse. Still, the bishop calmly asked Persum to bring food to the table. Bread, soup, and meat were placed before the starving man. He ate desperately, as though the meal might disappear at any moment. The bishop asked nothing about his past, his prison, or his crimes. For the first time in years, someone treated him like a human being. Then his eyes settled on two silver candlesticks beside the fire. They were polished, beautiful, and clearly the finest things in the room. Persum noticed his stare and moved protectively towards them. "Those candlesticks belong to our mother," she said firmly. "They are not for sale," she added. The bishop only smiled. "They are merely objects, Persum." "Human life is worth far more than silver," he said. Later that night, the bishop prepared a clean bed for the stranger. The prisoner could not understand why he was being treated this way. "Why are you helping me?" he finally asked. "Because you needed help," the bishop answered. "No one does something for nothing," the prisoner muttered. "Then perhaps tonight you will discover that someone can," said the bishop. But even after lying down, the prisoner could not sleep. Old memories returned: prison guards, beatings, hatred, and doors slammed in his face. Kindness felt unfamiliar to him, almost like another trap. When the cottage became silent, he rose quietly from the bed. He watched the bishop sleeping peacefully, trusting him without fear. Then his eyes moved once more towards the silver candlesticks. For one long moment, his hand hovered above them. Then he seized the silver and disappeared into the rain. At sunrise, 2 police officers brought him back to the cottage. Persum cried that he had stolen the candlesticks. The prisoner lowered his head, expecting chains again. But the bishop said, "There has been a misunderstanding. I gave them to him." The officers released the man and left. The prisoner stared at him. "Why?" The bishop placed the silver into his shaking hands. "Because you can still begin again." Something inside the man finally broke, not from cruelty, but from kindness. He left, carrying more than silver. He carried a second chance. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, and share it with someone who believes people can change.